Hello, everyone on YouTube. I hope all is well with you. Ooh, okay, so I was just thinking a few minutes ago. I see that for some people have decided to let folks who come out of the zoo on a platform, or just it's just like who let the dogs out. Uh, when I started watching Darryl Moore. And that was when he had started building his platform off of King Jives. At first I didn't think things would turn sour, but it did. But I knew that he wasn't gonna stick with Jives long because usually when people say I got your back, I'm for you, you have to watch those people. So now it's like Satan's lair over there. It really is. It just done went right down the drain, and you got people I wouldn't even call them people. You got folks that are sitting up there on a platform. I mean, looking like they need to go back in a cave somewhere or back up under the rock where they came from. The gutter that they just crawled up out of. I mean, these people is hideous looking. I mean, seriously. And I'm not trying to tear down nobody's character or nothing like that. I understand that Denise Will, when I first made a post about Darryl Moore, when he threatened Miko, and I made that post and was talking about him and Marcellus, that she had sent a message to me defending Darryl Moore. I wasn't mad because there was another girl who kept agonizing me. She just kept commenting on the videos. I mean, her comments was very negative. Of course, I had somebody who did that tonight as well. But she defended Darryl Moore. Denise Williams did. I know it's kind of late. That's why I'm not dragging nobody tonight. She has out there and said that just because Darryl Moore is not mental, that just because he had bipolar and stuff, she worked with around people like that and everything else. I didn't know nothing about them exchanging pictures at the time until he started dragging her. And then she wrote on one of the videos that I made fun of him on and said that, she was the person who he was dragging, but, you know. So anyway, let me just say this. So I had commented when he was dragging her because I don't like to see women being dragged that way by any man at all. And it seemed like the black women is on the lower pole of the stick. It's like a ladder. You got the white man up there at the top, and then a white lady behind him, and then a black man, then a black lady holding on. This is what Cicely Tyson has said. Just in case you heard that before. And it seems like the black women are not defended. People don't stand up for the black woman like they used to back in the day. If they don't have a husband, it's like if they just out there by themselves. If they don't have a husband or, family that is very supportive, it seems like they're just out there by themselves. Now, somebody may mention that I must be a dyke because I fix cars and everything. No, you don't have to be gay just to work on cars or airplanes. There's a whole lot of women that are married, that love men, that are working on cars and airplanes. And then there's a whole lot of single women that, like me, that's doing it too. Because we live in this day and age where you can't really depend on a man like that anymore. You gotta be able to know certain things. Women get ripped off at the car dealership more so than men. So let me go back to, and I'm gonna tell that person who commented that, please, I understand. Everybody may not agree with what I say about there are more Marcellus. Let me see your transcript. It's Roxanne. But, and I don't mind if you disagree or have a different opinion. But don't be disrespectful on my page. Don't be disrespectful on my page. So, anyway, and you have to forgive me because I am tired. But it seems like over there on Darryl Moore's, you got the people, they just let these people out of the zoo or something like that. And, I'm not going to brag about, I'm not going to talk about nobody, how the way they look. They're not attractive to me. It could be because I'm a lady and I'm not attracted to other ladies. But, but there are some ladies who do look nice. And I just don't see that over there on that panel at all. There are some ladies who do look nice. Hey, Mika. But but I mean, these ladies, how the way they look, they shouldn't be dragging nobody, and they shouldn't be on a platform with men who disrespect women neither. Oh boy. So anyway, I don't feel like dragging them tonight or talk about them like a dog. I don't. I just want to say that I don't agree with them. I know that they're supposed to come on at 8 o'clock. It's right now another day. This is the 17th, so they supposed to come on at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. And they supposed to be talking about, you know who. It's you, Miko. They supposed to be talking about you. So anyway, it's like this is gonna be pretty interesting because they do nothing but drag people, talk about people like a dog, but they don't want nobody to mention them at all. They don't want nobody to say nothing about them, or they don't go and get you. Oh, I told you to leave me alone. Look what happened. Yeah, I agree. It's a mess. It's definitely a mess. And I know that people are trying not to really say anything. I did see where um is it Old Baptist boy? He tore them up. I did see his video. So people are not agreeing with what goes on over there. I think that they think that they feel like all the smart people are over on that platform. And that's not true. All the smart people are speaking out against what's going on that platform. And you have to forgive my speech and everything, but it's been a pretty long day. But I just wanted to come on for a minute. I was on Dragon, but I am so tired. And it's going to be pretty interesting. But people, they don't have no necks over there. They're not attractive. It's like a wide load for some of them. But they want to drag people. Some of them can't look in the mirror because their whole body ain't going to show up in the mirror if the mirror don't break first. But, it is what it is. But people like that like to drag folks. So I don't know if it's the low self-esteem, and then it's Darryl Moore. He is so crazy. But I noticed that. I gotta look that up. Is there a type 2 bipolar? Is there such thing as a type 2 bipolar? Because I always thought it was just bipolar. Um, I have to look that up because I know that I have a aunt, a biological aunt, because I was adopted as a child, and I have a biological aunt who is bipolar, but she don't drag people. She's a very nice lady. She's in the church and everything. Um, and she would never do the stuff that Darryl Moore does at all. So I don't, and I have never really seen where she was depressed, but she told me that she was bipolar. But Darryl, he just seems like he's just gonna snap any minute, or to me, he's just crazy. I mean, it's something else that's wrong with him. So, anyway, I just want to talk a little bit. I don't want to be on here long. You got the no next Marcellus, the the whales over there, the hippos over there. You know, they want to tell people to get that snake out of your bosom. Well, get those hippos and elephants and everything back in the zoo somewhere, or in the cage. You know, get them. You know, maybe they ought to stay away from him, Darryl Moore. The no neck. I don't see how you could wear I have never seen him wear a necktie at all. You have to have a neck to do that. So anyway, y'all be blessed. Y'all have a good night. I'm just tired. I know I probably might have bored y'all some. But anyway, I did share some videos. You could watch. I share a couple of videos about. There are some people that I knew from Buffalo, New York. One of them is Lady Andrea McCargo, and the other one is Sharice Stevens. Both women are, you know, they've been in church for years. They grew up in the church. They both preach. Sharice Stevens, she spoke the first time I ever had her speak for me. I was over the youth department back in '91. I had just graduated out of high school. And I invited her to come to our youth service on a Sunday afternoon, and she came. She had just gotten married, so she was newlywed. And we was a small church, and she came anyway. She didn't want no offering or nothing like that, but we gave her one anyway. And she has always been a very nice lady. And then she moved to Atlanta, Georgia. And in 2006, I was able to get her to speak at one of the churches that I was attending in Latonia, Georgia. And she came there. We almost thought that she wasn't coming because she was late. And people was looking at me wondering where she was at. And when she walked in, it was like... But she came, she preached. And when she prophesied to people, people had said that she was right on, and that, that everything she said was true, and she didn't even know these people. But she's a very nice lady, one of the sweetest people I ever know. Andrea McCargo, I used to admire the way that she sung, and I admired her so much. I wanted to get to know her. I was always had her shot when I did meet her and stuff as a teenager, and I know sometimes I got on her nerves, and we had our falling outs, and then we would make up, and stuff like that. But it wasn't no lesbianism or nothing like that. It was, we was. Well, I wasn't like her little sister, but I was more like, somebody who was trying to get to be around people who sing, and, she did hair. She does hair now, and she had her own shop in Buffalo, New York, and up until the time she got married. Once she got married to a bishop, moved to Baltimore, Maryland, and she got a shop there. So she been doing hair for years. Her and Sharice Stevens, along with another lady, they had an album that came out in '87 called Charisma Time. So I know her from way back, both of them from way back, but I used to always try to, be around Andrea, come up to the shop whenever I got out of school. Um, I remember the one time in '88, I'll never forget. I decided on the hottest day of the year, and it was like in the 90s. I mean, it was super hot, like it gets in the South. I decided to take a walk. Why did I do that? Or when I got to her shop, I was almost falling out. But I didn't have no sense at all back then, you know. But she had moved away, and then I was able to get back in touch with her in '94 and stuff. And, you know, but as time went on, 2004, I was able to contact her. But as time went on, I realized that, I was being a little bit too attached and stuff like that. I had to realize that this lady has family. She's, you know, she got, the church business to take care of her business and the family and all of that stuff. So, I haven't talked to her face to face or over the phone or nothing like that. I haven't seen her in years face to face, ever since she left Buffalo. And I've never been to Baltimore, Maryland to try to visit anybody neither. I ain't try to take a trip down there unless I'm working. But, and I think that, some of what I'm sharing, some of these people on that platform is doing that too. They being attached to folks, but they being attached to the wrong folks. You see what I'm saying? I had spent years trying to hang around somebody that I could have had, and I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm just saying that there was an age gap, there was an age difference. This person had family, and they had the church business and they own business and stuff like that. So that wasn't the person that I needed to be around. I needed to be around people who was single, who had interests like I did, or who like my girl Andrea that I went to high school with, went to Hutch Tech with. Me and her, we're both single. I have a daughter though, and I'm the grandmother of seven people. People that know that because I'm 47, and my daughter, she just kept popping them out, But so yeah, I have 7 grandkids, only 1 child, and I was blessed to be able to be there to see her grow up, even though I had her at a young age, and my adopted parents raised her so that I could be able to go to school and do a lot of the things that other teenagers was doing. But speaking of what I had just spoken about this lady, there are people who are being attaching themselves to folks, trying to be around folks. Like somebody mentioned that Darryl might be moving to Houston or something like that. If he is the abusive type, then just think what he might do to this girl. If he trying to get with Kim, let me see your transcript. That he ain't gonna treat her like no queen or nothing like that. He might say, "Hey, I like big women and stuff." Maybe because I don't know. Maybe because at one time he was big, just as big as them, bigger or whatever. But if he's abusive, and we see that he's verbally abusive towards women, we see that. There's no question about that. And people are attaching themselves to folks who they don't need to be attached to. They just buried a lady. They just had her memorial service. Alvanita, who got hooked up with a man. And I see a lot of people getting hooked up with men that they don't need to be hooked up with. Like I got a person in my family, and I almost mentioned who they was, and the adopted family. I know my biological mother got hooked up with a man and stayed with him for 30-something years. That was my half-brother father. And this man was nothing but verbally abusive. He might have, I don't know if he was physically abusive because I was in another home. I never seen where he was abusive towards her. It's just that when I started talking to her, she decided to leave him for the first time in over 30-something years. And she never looked back. But there are people in my adopted family that is hooked up to folks that want to drag people in the family, that sit up there calling people all types of names, saying all types of stuff about people, just don't want to carry their weight. You know, they don't really want to work or anything like that, you know. And if they do work, is, you know, doing Lyft or Uber or something like that. You know, they don't like to go to a 9-to-5, and they could have some problems to where they can't do a 9-to-5, like some felonies or something that they're not talking about. So anyway, and I just see that on this platform, people are hooking up. They try to get the clicks, likes, and views. Darryl he done use people to get his page going, and now he done hooked up with Marcellus, and these two together is dragging women, and they got women on their platform. And as soon as these women say something that they don't agree with, they don't be dragging them too. Then they're gonna be the ones that's slow, illiterate, can't read, talk with the hand, and all of this other stuff that they say about women. So this stuff needs to stop. This really does need to stop. I don't know that much about Darryl or Marcellus. All I just know is that they have been the internet bullies. They are the Beavis and Buttheads of the YouTube streets. And they got these women all involved with this. These women is just going over there like, I don't know, gullible women. The Bible says silly women. And I know that that's for people in the church and all of that, you know, that sit up there going all to these conferences and thinking that they talk about they need to get a word and all that when they can open up the Bible and get a word and stuff. I'm not discouraging nobody from going to church. I'm just saying. But anyway, these women are going over there and attaching themselves to these men just like I have attached myself to people who I was trying to be friends with. And I'm not saying nothing negative about what I did. Like I said, the lady, she has a beautiful spirit. It's just that there was an age difference. You know, that friendship wasn't meant. You know, they had family and all this other stuff. And I'm, the single person. They, so it was what it was. But with that group over there, they got the snakes over there, the pythons, they got the whales, the seals, the elephants, the hippos, all of that is over there. And these people think that they are intelligent and smart when they're really not. And it's a lot of stuff that they do that they don't tell nobody. It's a lot of stuff that they have done, mistakes that they made concerning people, lies that they have told, like the fact that Darryl said he never threatened nobody. That was a lie. That was a shown-off lie. That was a shown-off lie. But anyway, I wanted to say I don't have time to drag those guys tonight. I will probably do it when I get up, be in better spirits, and just take them for whatever they know. Though I mean, those girls over there, they're heavy and everything. I don't even think it's enough room for them to get in the bathtub to take a shower. I think they probably shower with the sprinkler system that they water their grass with or something like that. Because I just can't see them getting in that tub, especially sitting in it, because somebody don't get stuck or something. I mean, they have to be using a swimming pool to bathe or something like that. I just can't see them. And then, of course, they have to lift up the toilet seat just to sit down, because I don't see how they could sit they behinds on a regular toilet seat. You know how if somebody leave the seat up, you have to go and behind them and put the seat back down so you can sit down. I just think they leave it up so that they can sit down comfortably to use the bathroom. But anyway, let me just go off here. But anyway, check out those videos at Sharice Stevens. And the Charisma, they album is on YouTube too. It's called Charisma, and the title of his Time. But you can pull up Charisma. You'll see them in their younger years when they was in their 20s. But both of these ladies they sing. Sharice Stevens had made a couple of albums. I'm sure they're on YouTube as well. And she's on YouTube preaching. Angie, or Andrea Lady McCargo. She her church, some of the sermons, her husband, everything, they're on YouTube as well. You can see her singing as well if you type in her name. You'll see a video where she's singing in church service. And then I shared one of Juanita Bynum. I want you guys to let me know what you think about Juanita Bynum. So I'm not trying to drag her or anything like that. I said I wouldn't talk about her no more. I have no reason to. I was thinking about getting a prayer kit. And I know people probably might be saying, no, she's scamming you, or no, they just try to take your money and all this stuff. I don't know. I'm not, I don't think that, I think that God could touch you without getting all of that stuff. And plus the prayer shawl, I was looking it up. The Jews wear it when they go to pray. So I believe that, I don't believe that the power is in the prayer shawl. I believe that the Holy Spirit is in you. But, I don't think there's nothing wrong with having it. I just think that's kind of steep, but, because you have to pay the $133, and then you have to pay for shipping and handling too. But let me know what you think about Juanita Bynum. I only shared 1 minute of her praying. I mean, do you feel like those are tongues? Because I know that from what I understand is that the tongues, when you speak in tongues, you're speaking a different language, a language that exists on this earth. So I was wondering about that when I was listening to the prayer and everything. So just anybody who hears this, just let me know. But anyway, I'm not going to drag. Look at those videos. Also share some videos on automotive, how to check the tread on your tires, see if they're worn, and I'm going to share some more videos. But with Darryl Moore, you guys, I'm going to listen to him at 8 o'clock. And I know that panel is very shady. These people, they want to drag some of everybody. And even though Denise Williams was defending Darryl Moore at one time, I don't have nothing against her. because she really didn't say nothing mean to me. She did say, well, why you don't have to watch and all that. And I don't have to watch anything like that. Um, but who is standing up over there? And I'm glad that people are standing up against what he's doing as far as dragging women. But we have to continue to speak out and let him know that we're not for that. He done dragged Tim Blaine. He done dragged Larry Reed, and he continued to do that. And he used that lady who died, her story, to attack Larry Reed. He used what the sister was saying, the fact that the sister got on Larry Reed's platform. He used that to attack Larry Reed. So anyway, I will listen to them tomorrow and see what the no neck and Darryl Moore has to say. I call Marcellus a no neck. No neck at all. You got people that's spineless and jellybacks. And the no neck at all. The whales, the cows, the hippos, all those people that Darryl like or want to get with, sleep with. And that's the one thing about it. Denise Williams was not a heavyset woman. She wasn't heavyset. Now, had she been heavyset, that might be. And I think that he has a reason why he wanted to date women who nobody else wanted to date. Now, let me say this: I'm not against people who are. I'm not against people who are fat or who might have some weight. A lot of people in my family are fat. They have some weight, but they know how to carry themselves. Big difference. There are people like when I was talking about Sharice Stevens, how she got a nice personality, and she's a pretty lady too. Now she done gained some weight, but she carried herself well. She dressed well. She looked well, So when I say something about let me see a transcript, that's not towards every woman that might have, have a few pounds on them, who might be overweight, because there's a lot of women who carry themselves well, and a lot of them look good. And, Sharice Stevens is one of those people who is pretty. She always had been a very nice looking lady. And you can see the big difference between let me see your transcript and these ladies. I mean, I'm not trying to drag them in the middle of anything. I want y'all to just check out them singing. Check out my page too, because I did share something from Sharice Stevens' page, because she's selling product and everything. She got a boutique going on. So she got her business up and running and selling some things. And she have a website where you can look at that. But what I'm saying is, you can look at these women, and then look at. Let me see your transcript, and you'll see a big, huge difference. Even Juanita Bynum is a little bit, she's not fat, but she got a little bit of weight on her. She ain't skinny neither, but she know how to carry herself. And these ladies, they look good with and without makeup. I mean, let me see your transcript. We already done seen it without makeup. We already done seen, I mean, it's like that. Fat plus ugly equal to, I'm done. But those are the type of women that Darryl want, is the ones that nobody else wants. The ones who got low self-esteem, the ones who people don't even look at. I mean, I guess it's because he could easily go into their homes. He could have them pay his bills and take care of him and do whatever he need them to do for him. Play maid and everything else. So, anyway, I'm going to get off of here. I don't feel like dragging those people tonight. You got what they call Marcellus the seal or something, the no neck. No neck. No neck. Neck. Well, anyway, I guess he had to put his necktie on around his chin or something like that, It'll work better around his mouth. But, it would be impossible if he was ever a type of person who was suicidal for him to really hang himself because he don't have no neck. The rope, what is the rope going to do? Fit around his shoulder or something like that? I guess the only hanging they've been doing is with their mouth. But anyway, But that would be impossible for him to ever try to commit suicide by hanging because it wouldn't work. You have to have a neck in order to hang yourself. So, anyway, I'll be listening to those for tomorrow. I mean, and some of them need to be passing out masks. Don't just wear a mask just to go outside or into a store. I mean, get on your live with a mask on so that people won't be scared half to death. That's what they need to do. I mean, people came out the woods. They need to go right back in there, too, because, it was a lot better for us to look at their videos when they was in hiding. I mean, now they came out, it's like the gorilla has come forth. They ain't coming forth as pure gold neither. So let me go. I'm gonna stop talking about them. I'll talk to you guys soon. I know it's late. Some of y'all went to bed, and I'm sure people is tired and sleep, so I gotta go. Y'all have a great night. Actually, it's a good morning because it's almost 3 o'clock, so I gotta get some rest. Talk to you guys later.